Hi students, welcome back to history classes of class 9th. So we are continuing with the chapter 2, the Vedic age. So in the last video we have seen the Vedic literatures, that is mainly from the literature books we get knowledge about the Vedic period. So what were the literatures? The Vedas, Brahmanikas and the epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata. So now we are going to see what are the other sources through which we get the knowledge about the Vedic period. Second one is the archaeological sources. The available archaeological sources of the period include iron implements, tools and remains of pottery. What are iron in articrafts? So the discovery of iron made man to make new tools. So it can be called as the beginning of Iron Age. And mainly we know what is the main occupation of the people? Farming. So they started making tools related to cultivation. Okay, and iron was very cheap and easily available, so they began to make a number of tools in various fields. First field was agriculture. So the sharpness of iron allowed them to make new tools. Okay, and they used more sophisticated tools for cultivation, especially plough head, sickles, hoes and other items. Okay, so because of that the production of rice, wheat and vegetables and fruits improved a lot. Next we will see the occupation. What were the main occupation? The main occupation, the use of iron gave rise to new trades by providing durable implements like saws, chisels, hammers, nails and tongues. This gave the right to the occupations such as weaving, spinning, carpentry, tanning and tool making. So with the invention of iron, so a possibility of new occupations was started, especially about weaving, spinning, carpentry, etc. The defense means with the invention of iron, they began to use weapons that can be used in wars. Okay, especially swords, armors and shields. Then pottery, and this period is mainly known for the pottery works, and it is known as GW, graveware, and PGW, painted graveware. Okay, and we will see why it is. What is a specialty only, what that is important for you. The PGW, painted graveware, is very fine, smooth and even colored pottery. It was very fine, smooth and it was a colored pottery. It was made out of well worked high quality clay with geometric patterns painted on it in black. Floral patterns and sun symbols are seen on some cases. Okay, the pottery includes open mouthed bowls and dishes. So this second part of archaeological source is pottery. The knowledge we get through the pottery, what it is, the sophisticated pottery, pots were there, and how it is PG. What is the full form of PG? Already we have studied here, painted graveware. And it was what was the shape? Geometrical shapes, and they were painted in black, and some symbols or some paintings were there on these pots. That is what are symbols, suns and floral patterns. Okay, then now we will see early settlements. What we can say, where people settled themselves. We can say Aryans were the migrants, or the people came from outside, mainly the Aryans. They began to settle in the place. Already we said where they settle normally. They normally settle on the river bank. The same way Aryans also came to India and they settled in the near the river banks. So those river banks are called what? Sapta Sindhu. Okay, or the area where they settled were almost near to them. There were almost 7 rivers were there. So that area is known as Sapta Sindhu, or the land of 7 rivers, namely Sindhu, Ravi, Beas, Satluj, Jhelum, Chenab and Saraswati. These were the main rivers. Okay, so this area came to be known as the land of gods. Okay, So the region provided conditions for stable agriculture. Act of moving from place to place with herds of animals used to have the preeminence it had enjoyed in early days. The fact was responsible for the evolution of the new culture. Okay, so when they began to settle, it enabled them to make cultivation, and it enabled them to make a new culture. And what about the society? The society, it had a structure. Society had a structure. The family was the basic unit, and the family had a head called Grahapati. Grahapati or Kulapati means it was a patriarchal community. Patriarchal community means the male was the head. So here, when a family is there, the eldest person, the most aged person is the head of the family. After his death, his eldest son or the next person comes to as the head of the family. Several families, already said who is the head of the family? Grahapati. Head of the family is known as Grahapati. Several families live together in a village called Grama. Okay, and there are a number of names to the people, those who are head of each one. Okay, and you can say the king. The next structure is the complete village, and the king is known as the king governed with the help of ministers. Important officers include Gramani, the Purohita, and Senani. Who is Purohita? The priest. Senani means the commander in chief, the army head. Okay. The king did not maintain any regular army. However, at the times of war, he used to organize tribal groups to perform military functions. During the Rigvedic period, the tribe elected a leader was a person. He was not powerful as one of the later Vedic period. Okay, rest of the things you can leave. It is not so important. Okay, and you can read it. It is easy to understand. Okay, then the position of women. So we have to note this point. At the time of Rigvedic period or the Vedic period, the position of women, the status of women were very high. Okay, even they were given education, and even the marriage was sacred. Okay, daughters were given freedom to choose their husbands. The system of remarriage was there. Okay, even child marriage was not there. There was strict following of the age for marriage, that is 6 to 17 for a girl. In later Vedic period, after later Vedic period, what it became rigid. What it is, women were not given much freedom regarding this, and there they started their child, and widows were not allowed to marry again. This is the difference between early Vedic period and later Vedic period. Early Vedic period, women were given whole freedom to choose their husband for education. Remarriage or widows remarriage was there. Child marriage was not there. The opposite began to happen in the later Vedic period. Then now we will see what is the class division. In the society, there was a class division. What it is? Mainly, the society was divided on the basis of the work they did. Okay, so that we can say the society was divided into 4. That is Varnas or Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. Brahmanas are the people who perform pujas. They are priests. Kshatriyas means the soldiers or the king. We can say the king and the soldiers. Vaishyas means the merchants or the peasants. Okay, and Shudras means there can be called simple word. They can be called as slaves. One who works in the upper caste people. Okay, so that is about the society class division in the society, the caste system. You can call it as a caste system. And the 4 ashramas. So now we will see what are the 4 ashramas. The life of a person is divided into 4. The life of a person is divided into 4. It was compulsory that a person should follow these 4 ashramas. First one is brahmacharya. This is the period of from the age almost we can say 5 to 6 to 25. This is the age of learning. This is the time of learning. They have to spend their time in learning. And second one, first that is called brahmacharya. Okay. Second one is grihastha. Grihastha means after at the age its duration is from 25 to 50 years. That means this time they have to spend their time with the family. They can marry and they can have children, and they nurture a family. Okay. And next one is what? This second stage is Grihastha. Once again, first Brahmacharya, Grihastha, and third one is Vanaprastha. The time for this is 50 to 75 years. During this period, man was expected to retire from worldly life and they acquire spiritual knowledge and philosophical knowledge. Okay, they don't have any connection with their family. They take a retired life. They take a retired life and get knowledge related to spiritual and philosophical matters. That is called Vanaprastha. And last stage is Sannyasa, the complete retirement from life, and they completely dedicate themselves for the God, and they leave the family and they go. That is from after the age of 75 to 100. Okay, and they try to have moksha. Okay, now we will see what was the education system at the time of Vedic period. See, here the education system was known as Gurukul system. What was Gurukul system? A group of children, they stay with the teacher in his house and they learn from there. Okay, the Gurukul system was a group of students, they stay with the teacher, they do all the works at teacher's home and they stay there and learn things. Okay, mainly they were studying Vedic mantras or math, science, many things. There were a number of subjects they learned there. Okay, and early morning they get up and do all the works and they learn. And mainly the method of learning was through Shruti. Shruti means already we have said orally recited. The Guru teaches them orally, they by heart those things. They recite those things again and again and they learn. This was the method that they followed, and they mainly learned what the subjects Vedas, Puranas, grammar, mathematics, ethics, logic and military science. Okay, and then now we will see about food and dress and amusements. First, the clothes. The food what they mainly used. Wheat and rice, and cows were there, so they used what? Milk, curd, butter, ghee, all those things related to the food. Then clothes they were using an upper garment, then a lower garment called dhoti, a shirt type. This is not so important. And the women wore ornaments like necklaces, bracelets, anklets, like. Okay, the main means of amusement is play. How they entertained themselves. How it is chariot races were there, horse races, dancing, singing, hunting, and the musical instruments they used: drum, flute, mridang, and lute, etc. So these were the entertainment things. Now the religious beliefs. So we can say that these people were more religious. Already we have the idea that they worshipped all the natural forces. The reason for that, they were afraid of the natural forces. They were afraid of Agni, they were afraid of Surya, they were afraid of the trees, they were afraid of thunder, lightning. So they began to worship all the things. So the main they believed in the first prominent god for them is Indra, Lord Indra. Okay, Indra Jitendra, that means he is the god of rainfall. And second one, their god is Agni. Okay, regarded as intermediary between God. He was a mediator between God and man, and they used Agni for every good. But when there is a good situation, they used Agni as the in the center. That's why whenever we have a function, what we light the lamp. Still we follow that same custom. And there are many other Vedic gods like Vayu, Surya, Yama, Rudra, etc. Okay, there were female gods also there. So now sacrifice and rituals. What are sacrifices? They followed pujas, yajnas. Okay, and rich people, and they spent a lot of money. And the people who performed these pujas and yajnas, the Brahmanas performed those pujas and yajnas. So what did they always gave dakshina. Okay, Then new doctrines. What are new doctrines? That Brahmins were responsible of bringing about many innovations and evolving new doctrines. More emphasis was laid on the penance called tapasya, which became ritualistic. The new doctrines included the doctrine of karma, dharma, and moksha. The belief of rebirth again. What is karma? The duty what we are doing. Karma means action, our actions. Dharma means our duty. And moksha means salvation. Through karma and dharma only what we get? We get salvation. Okay. And the economy. The economy means what we can say? Mainly what was their main business? Say okay? Pastoral, mainly depending on the cultivation and rearing the cattle. That was their main business. Compared to the linguistic evidence of the cattle rearing in Veda, the agricultural activities find very few references. Apart from Yava and barley, no other grains were mentioned. There are references to fire being used for burning forest cover the practice of shifting cultivation. Further, the area received. That is mainly what we can say. The main business what they were, one is cultivation farming and the other one is cattle rearing of animals. The growth of agriculture during the later Vedic period was possible by the availability of tracts of fertile alluvial lands in Ganga, Yamuna, Doab, and the Middle England. Both archaeological and literary sources depict the introduction of rice staple. Okay, no problem, don't worry about those things, it is not so important. Then we can say trade. So when their agriculture was so sophisticated, then when they began to produce more things, there was surplus of food items, so they began to sell in the markets. So this became, thus the trade started. Okay, thus the trade started. When there was the trade system, they introduced what? The coins, barter system, etc. Okay, when they got surplus of food from their cultivation, they began to think about how to sell it in the market. So that was the beginning of trade. So when the trade started, they started a system of exchanging, the barter system, or to get money through coins. Okay. Occupation. Beside agriculture and trade, other important occupation of domestication of animals. What are the other occupations? Domestication of animals, crafts in metals, craft work, carpentry, pottery, fishery. Women were engaged in spinning, weaving, knitting, and dyeing. These were the main occupations what they did. So in this chapter we discussed about the archaeological sources. Okay, that is iron crafts, iron tools and pottery. And next we read about the society, the four class, that is Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, and the about the ashramas we said. What is about the ashrama? What the ashrama we said? First one is Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. Next about the society we said the family was the basic unit and there was a head of the family. And about the village we said there is a king. King has an army head and all those we said. Okay, and we said about the main occupation, the social divisions, all the every detail we learned about the Vedic period. So it is so easy, so you can go through some of the past portions only. The heading itself, it is given what is the syllabus, what is important for you. So mainly concentrate on question answers. Now I am going to give the question answers. You read it, so you write on your copy. All the question answers are given here. Okay. And see here in the structured questions I have given there, write yourself. Each answer can contain 3 to 4 points. That's only. You write in your own words. Okay, and page number is clearly given there. In some of the questions, and when in difficult questions I have given answers. First questions it is easy for you to find out from the textbook. I have given page number here. Okay, and even the title I have given here. So you just to go through this and write by yourself. 3 to 4 points are enough. Okay, 3 to 4 points. Better you write in point wise.